Welcome back, everyone. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. I do apologize. I did have to re-record this because I got into a massive sneezing fit for some reason. The weather has been fluctuating quite a bit here in the UK, and it went from bone-chillingly cold to now a mild or tepid 10 degrees. So, anyways, I'm going to try to get back on with this. I'm going to try to re-record, get my brain together, and get everything sorted out. So, order of the day, we're going to start by saying, if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell, send a few comments my way, and that way we can boost the engagement of the channel. And additionally, if you would like to, please be sure, if you would like to, drop a few quid, a few dollars, a few renminbi, a few euros, whatever you'd like in the PayPal in the description box below. Furthermore, always do your part. Snuff out the flame of people trying to steal content or, pose as other tarot readers, because there are a lot of people here who do this for a living, and, it's just good to protect the community by doing your part. Anyways, that said, we're going on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of December 2025. I've already shuffled the cards, so that way we can get straight into this and keep these readings short, simple, and sweet. So, number one, you have the Justice card, which talks a lot about being able to finally get to a place of balance, restoration, and equilibrium after a difficult period. So after things start to turn from the Hermit, where you're in card number 9, and you're going in and you're trying to find that guidance that's going to get things moving, which is the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, you then finally create balance, restoration to your life, where you have finally dealt with the karmic issues of the past. So you go from the dark night of the soul to face that karma. And then after that, you come out, things start to move forward. Now you may be feeling a lot more peaceful, a lot more serene. Things are seemingly going a lot better for you in your life at this point in time. And now, because of that, you are faced with the challenge of getting a new start. So this is the Ace of Wands. And with the Ace of Wands, we talk about getting that new start, seizing the opportunity in order to do so. And furthermore, being able to finally re-experience the passion that you've maybe had to put to the side, on the back burner, no pun intended. When it comes to dealing with the Ace of Wands, sometimes this can be sexual passion. Sometimes it could be a passion project. Sometimes it could be a new relationship, things of that nature. And what you're trying to do is to bring that back into your life. Sometimes we'll get bogged down by the karmic lessons that we have to face, which are good for our growth and our spiritual development. What they may not always do is allow us to feel like we have a fire within us for something in life. It can actually put that fire out for quite a bit, and it can make us feel dejected, hurt, and sometimes, almost, like an automatron, like a robot in life, because it's that trauma that we've built up. However, what I see here is you're now moving into that energy, and you're stepping into trying to make a way towards whatever it is that lights your fire. I know I'm getting the Doors in my head. Come on, baby, light my fire. I don't know. It's playing in the back of the head. Anyways. We have the Two of Wands here. This is the card of planning, and then we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. So what this talks about, perhaps in the past, when you felt like you had a plan for something, the plans never went according to the way that you thought they would. So if this is related to perhaps, getting a new job and getting into the action of that, you felt as if people sabotage your best efforts, that maybe it's stolen your work, they maybe didn't treat you with the respect or the reciprocity that you required in order to stay in that role, or maybe you just felt that things fell apart. And it can leave you, feeling quite dejected about that. Additionally, if this is a romantic situation, you plan to get with someone, you really desired that person, but then all of a sudden you have the Three of Cups in the reverse, and someone like cheats on you, or they decide that they want to create chaos, or they want to gossip behind your back, say nasty things about you. So it's not a very good energy at that time. So it almost feels like, things never go according to plan the way that you want them to. However, we are stepping into a new era and we're going into the Queen of Wands. If that will actually adjust and focus on the camera. Now with the Queen of Wands, we talk about someone who is getting back into their element. So after a period of feeling like their flame was stuffed out, we have one of two things. Either A, you're finally stepping back into your mojo. You're feeling passionate, fiery. You're feeling attractive. You're going out there and getting what it is that you need, and you're attracting the right people in order to achieve that. Conversely, this could be a person, because the court cards are always, they can be linked to a person. So that's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that could be entering your life and becoming a part of it. So what I'll do is I'll pull a card just to clarify that. Queen of Wands, clarify the Queen of Wands, please. And the card has flown about 6 feet to the left. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, and I don't know exactly which way that came out. So I'll clarify once more. Hopefully the cards do not decide to yeet themselves into another dimension. Okay, Ace of Swords. So it's a breakthrough. You have the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Both of these are fire signs. They both represent Aries. They can represent Aries. And with this Emperor and the Ace of Swords, it's again that energy of you taking control, you stepping into your element, and then finally having that massive breakthrough that you've been looking for in order to make things happen. And I think that's a very good energy for you to have. For you, what I think that's taking place, life is starting to finally go the way you want it to go. And that is a key and crucial element. So, even if it's over the holidays, you feel like the life of the party, you decide that, you're going to go out there, you're going to make things happen, you're going to start getting those plans into order so that for the new year, 2026, it doesn't become the actual shit show that 2025 was. 2025 was the year of the snake, and I can tell you from personal experience, it has been an absolute ball ache, to say the least. But I suppose in a good way, in which we feel as if we're making some spiritual growth and progress, and we're actually getting rid of the dead wood that has been adrift in our lives. So whether that's people, places, or things, there's been an incredible transformation, especially in my life. I've moved home, I've lost friends, I've lost loved ones, I've lost people that I admired on YouTube, I've lost people in music. Of course, what happened to Ozzy Osbourne recently. And, I've had to switch jobs. It's just been so much, so very much, to the point where I felt like, okay, I've had to go through this huge slog of a process now. Can I at least just start to enjoy life again? To the point where it doesn't feel like I have to look over my shoulder all the time. And I do believe that this is what's coming in for you, Taurus. Now, the energy that's at the bottom of all of this, we have the Two of Coins in the reverse, and we have the Five of Swords. This is the energy that has prompted this shift and transformation, because you felt like, again, things fell apart. You felt sabotaged by other people's efforts. Five of Swords. Now you're coming in there, and you're going to get what you want at all costs. And maybe in the recent past, you felt that things were in such a bit of chaos and disorder that you weren't able to really enjoy the fruits of your labor. It seemed like things were sabotaged. Things were, didn't go according to plan. Again, I'm getting that message with the Two of Coins in the reverse. You tried to adapt to life and you're just like, nah, fuck it. I'm going for what I want now. I'm tired of just existing. And I want to actually get in here, and I actually want to become the center of, my creative force in this universe, co-creating with the divine. And so now with this Five of Swords isn't always bad. Yeah, it can be a lot. It can be being aggressive, winning at all costs, being narcissistic, things like that. But that depends on the context of what's seen. Now, it's almost like you see someone juggling something, and then they just put they put the things they're juggling down, and then they just pick up their swords and just start cutting through life. And it's like, I'm going to get to where I want to go. At the bottom, where we have our core energy, we have the 5 of swords. At the top, we have the 5 of wands. And that is also with the 5 of coins. So you're moving from the 5 of coins to the 5 of wands. You're going from a period of lack and, pity party and feeling inadequate to finally going into a time in which you can really fight for what it is that you want. And it's about fucking time that you get it, because that is what's going to allow you to get to that point. Moving from the coins into the fire and into the earth, and into the air. So the 5s represent change, and you have 3 5s in all of your energy so far. You have the 5 of swords, the 5 of coins, the 5 of wands. So there has been a massive amount of change that I was just speaking about that has propelled you into this new phase of your life. And what this is doing is this is getting everything ready, so that way when you do attract those things in that you want, whether that's a relationship, a job, or whatnot, you can hit the ground running with each of those things. And that's going to be a great thing. And speaking of hitting the ground running, the things that you learn from all of this is the Page of Pentacles as your outcome. You're going to have these things happen. You have the Lovers, and then you have the 6 of Swords. So what this is telling us, it's telling us that you're making the conscientious choice to move forward from a period of chaos into a period of calm and peace and serenity. And I think you're there with that Justice card. It could even represent, say, for example, this is a Queen of Wands, male or female, in your life. You're finally getting to the point where you can move forward in a loving relationship with this person. There's a lot of healing that seems to come from this, because the 6 of Swords is a healing card. So with this Lover's card, this intense relationship, you might be able to do a lot of healing with that. I think that would be an excellent thing if you're looking in the romantic front. See, I don't just do job readings or things like that, career or spiritual growth. Sometimes it is good to learn a little bit about love, but it's important for us to be in the position to receive that without sabotaging it or pushing it away. So that said, with those 2 things, as you move forward with this person, as you move forward in this job, there's going to be so much that you learn from this that you're going to grow and develop, and that's going to be the first seed that you use to plant that solid, stable future. So you'll go back into the coins. So away from the 5 of coins and away from the 2 of coins in the reverse to the Page of Coins, who is now taking this and communicating in a pragmatic way, learning and studying and using that practical knowledge to build something solid and stable, to move to the King of Coins, which takes place towards the end of his evolution. So that is what I got from this message. Thank you so much. This is Aluminum Tarot once again. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell. Feel free to drop a few comments. Feel free to drop a few quid, dollars, and all that good stuff. It's been a pleasure to read for you tonight, and I hope this has been of some use for you. Anyways, take care, and until next time, love and light. Bye now.